11:32. A fine time of night to be calling it a day. But even a private detective has to balance his checkbook. Oh, Mr. Hastings.
Oh, Mr. Diamond. You working late tonight, too?
Just going over some of the bills.
Yeah, well, it's that time of the year. That's what I've been doing, trying to figure out some kind of an inventory schedule. Detective business good?
Oh, that's pretty good. Uncle Sam's going to like his share of what we took in last year. How's jewelry?
The retailers are screaming. Merchandise isn't moving.
You're a manufacturer, aren't you, Mr. Hastings?
Yeah, but the people aren't buying the stuff you make. Oh, speak floor.
Excuse me, I have a mail letter. Can I give you a list somewhere?
Okay.
Charlie Desiano. What's he doing these days?
10 years. Dannemora Prison.
That's a good place for him. And while he's in this time, I'll let the dentist fix his teeth. He wouldn't be a bad-looking fellow.
I can't understand you, Rick.
It's very simple, Mac. I've been through the books twice. Our boy isn't there.
You sure you saw his face?
For just that long.
You'd know him.
I'd know him.
And you wouldn't kid me.
Kid you?
A guy takes a shot at you. Now, you wouldn't take that personally and go looking for him yourself, would you?
I might if he just shot at me and missed, period. That's why I came to see you. He killed another man. A man who'd be home right now with his wife and kids if he hadn't been standing next to me. I'll see you.
Where are you going?
To talk to a widow. Sorry, I must have pushed the wrong button. I'm looking for the Hastings apartment.
Well, this is the Hastings apartment. I'm Mrs. Hastings' sister. If you're from the newspapers, my sister won't be able to see you tonight.
No, I'm a private detective. My name's Richard Diamond. I happened to be with your brother-in-law when he was killed.
Oh?
I don't want to make it any rougher on your sister than it's already been, but I think there's something she should know about tonight.
Come in, please.
Thank you.
I'm Monica Freeborn, Mr. Diamond. Perhaps if you could tell me what you have to say to my sister. You see, the doctor was just here, and he gave her a sedative.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is she asleep?
No, but he wants her to rest. I think it would be better if you could give me some idea before we disturb her.
All right, I'll let you be the judge. This won't bring your brother-in-law back to life, but it may help clean up his memory.
I don't understand.
Well, a man gets shot down by a hired killer, everyone's always going to want to know why. Who he was mixed up with. So many hoodlums getting killed that way today, nobody's ready to believe it can happen to an honest man. And this time it did. He was just unlucky he was standing next to me.
I'll tell my sister.
You won't have to.
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Hastings. I didn't mean to disturb you. I just thought it was something you should know.
Did you see the man who did it?
Well, very briefly. I'd never seen him before, but if I see him again, I'll know him.
Will that help anything?
I think so. He won't kill another innocent bystander.
You better get back to bed.
Thank you for taking your time to come by and tell me.
We'll stop.
Turn out your lights.
What do we do now, neck?
Just keep both hands up on that steering wheel where I can see them.
I've never seen you before, have I?
Sometimes they don't make a very lasting impression.
And then again, it's so permanent.
We found your bus abandoned out in Queens. Towed it in here. Had Leighton Prince go over it. Nothing we could use.
Well, it's too bad Leighton Prince couldn't be a little tidier. It's a $1.50 car wash they clobbered.
You're lucky to be alive.
As long as I am Lieutenant, I like to drive a clean car. Besides, how long can I go on pressing my luck, huh?
Well, you've pressed it before.
Yeah, I know. I also know when I'm giving you a straight line, too.
I'm not trying to be funny, Rick. You always wanted to be a big independent operator. Well, you've gotten away with it.
Yeah, this time's different, Mac. This time it's a guy from out of left field with a gun, a guy I don't even know. Probably a hired killer, but I don't know who's paying him. I know there are probably a lot of people that don't love me.
Oh, come now, Rick. That's hard to believe.
Hey, maybe you can find out for me who's been released from Sing Sing lately. Maybe one of my old playmates are nursing a grudge.
Remember Kenny Lambert?
Kenny Lambert. I've seen this guy twice. He's not Lambert.
Oh, it wouldn't have been Lambert himself. He was a big wheel, smart. Nobody could touch him till you blew the whistle on him in that extortion case. He swore he'd kill you when he got out of Sing Sing. If he meant it, he'd been imported a killer to do the job. Well, Mr. Lambert got out 2 months ago, and none of his old friends have seen him.
Well, you boys can run down Lambert without my help. I need a shower, a shave, and 12 hours in the sack. And a car wash, Lieutenant.
Hello, Don. Nice apartment you got here. Who pays your rent?
Hello, Lambert.
Had a long wait for you, chum. What kept you?
A friend of yours.
No friend of mine, or I'd still be waiting.
Let's put it this way. He's a bad shot. Killed the wrong man. Why don't you fire him?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, then what are you doing in my apartment?
Just dropped in to use your phone.
You got a dime, chum. Be my guest.
No, I want you to make the call for me. Dial the police. Ask for that detective buddy of yours, McGo. Do what I tell you, Diamond.
Let me speak to Lieutenant Bagot, please. What am I supposed to say to him?
Just tell him that Kenny Lambert and friend are here. Tell him.
Mac, this is Diamond. I'm at my apartment. Lambert's here. He's got a gun.
Diamond. Rick. Rick. Diamond. Rick, what's going on? Rick, answer me. Rick.
Sorry. Your party just went out. Come on, Diamond, get with it. Come on. Come on, get healthy. Any minute, McGo's riot boys are going to be breaking down a door, and we've got something to settle. A little personal matter.
Why don't you pull the trigger? You can only burn once, and you already got that made.
No, I don't want to kill you. I wouldn't be here if that was the idea.
Well, what's the idea?
When you sent me up 5 years ago, I had just one idea. To get you. Now I got a better one. Diamond, party's over. I feel better. Like I just burned the mortgage. We're even, buddy boy.
Not where you're standing, buddy boy.
Oh, look at it my way. I did 5 years on account of you.
You earned that. Nobody framed you.
All right, I'm a poor loser. But for 5 years, Diamond, I hated your guts. When I heard you were due to get knocked off and McGo started looking for me, I knew I had to get the job done before somebody took one of us out of circulation. Well, McGo, you finally found me.
You all right, Rick?
Oh, he's great. Just a little mileage on him.
You said he had a gun. Where is it?
Here.
It's a beautiful weapon, ain't it? War souvenir. Too bad it's been deactivated. Yeah. The barrel's been plugged and welded.
Oh, yeah.
Get out.
Come again?
I said get out.
No, ain't you gonna arrest me?
I don't seem to have a complaining witness.
Well, look, maybe the Smouser won't shoot, but it raises a lump on the head.
Take him downstairs and point him in any direction. I don't care where, just see that he keeps moving.
I just beat up your best friend. What does a guy have to do to get arrested?
Take him out of here.
I hope I'm not being too subtle for you, Lieutenant.
No, I know you're warped, little brain. Lambert worked you over figuring I'd throw him in a cell so he'd have a perfect alibi in case you got killed.
You heard him. We disappointed him.
I had a reason. What's your excuse?
What do you mean?
Lambert isn't trying to kill you.
Lieutenant, somebody is trying to kill me.
Not after you saw them shoot Hastings.
Hastings was an innocent bystander.
Bystander, maybe. Innocent? Robbery detail made a routine check of his shop. Found a lot of interesting hardware. Hastings was redesigning stolen jewelry so it could be sold in legitimate stores. Get your hat. I want you to come with me.
Where'd I clean up and get a shirt? Where are we going?
To talk to a widow. Lieutenant McGo, police. May we come in, please?
Why, certainly, Lieutenant.
Thank you. You've met Mr. Diamond.
We met.
I'd like to talk to your sister.
Oh, well, Lieutenant, she had a terrible night. She couldn't sleep. Her doctor just left, unless it's something terribly urgent.
I'll vouch for the lieutenant's bedside manner.
All right, just for a few moments then. This way. You're right about your friend. For a police officer, he certainly is a gentleman.
Why the qualification?
Well, they aren't always, are they?
Oh, you sound bitter. You lose an argument with the traffic officer?
All the time.
Well, the next time you get a ticket, give it to me.
Oh, you can fix tickets.
No. But it'd be nice hearing from you.
Well, I probably have several right now. I parked out front when I came over last night, and after 8 o'clock, it's a 1-hour zone. And I haven't had time to move it.
Oh, give me the keys to your car. I'll move it for you.
Will you?
Sure.
You know, you really could help me if you would.
The lady you just named your dragon and, our slave.
No dragon. Last night when I came over, I didn't even stop to pick up a toothbrush, and I was just wondering if you'd go over to the apartment with me and pick up some things.
Oh, stop wondering. I'll tell the lieutenant where I'm going.
I already have. In fact, he recommended you.
Well, remind me to thank the lieutenant when we get back.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Hastings. All right, Rick, let's go.
Hey, Rick.
Diamond.
I have a confession to make to you.
About what?
Well, I didn't really tell McGo that you were coming up here. I just said that so you wouldn't tell him.
Why?
Well, I didn't want to take a chance.
On what?
He might have said no. And you wouldn't have wanted that, would you?
Lady, I'm your slave. What's the matter?
Well, you said you'd help me. And I brought you over here to do just that, remember?
Well, I remember. But there's plenty of time for that, isn't there?
Well, I'm afraid there isn't. My sister really shouldn't be left alone, Rick. I don't know how long McGo will be up there. Well, don't look at me like that.
Like what?
Well, like you hate me. It isn't always going to be like this.
It isn't.
A promissory note.
A promissory note. Well, when do I collect?
On demand.
I see.
Well, that is just as soon as my sister's able to take care of herself again. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Just long enough to pack some things?
What a snow job. Promissory note. Payment on demand. What's her angle? It's too fast and too pat, and Hastings is too dead. Somebody's pulling the strings. It could be the man who tried to rub me out in that alley last night. Could be.
Well, here they are.
Looks like you're going to stay a while.
You're furious with me, aren't you?
Now, why should I be?
Well, any gentleman would think of a reason.
Monica, I don't want to play games. I don't know what you have in the suitcases, but I don't want to stand here holding it.
Well, why don't you take them over to my sister's and come back for me?
Well, what will you be doing while I'm gone?
Oh, things.
Things.
You will come back, won't you?
I'm afraid I will. Thanks, Mrs. Hastings. Where'll I put these? Well, Mrs. Hastings, how you've changed.
Shut up.
So little Monica set me up for you again. Only this time she stacked the deck. I got my hands full of suitcases.
I don't know what you're talking about, Diamond.
You know what I'm talking about. Monica's idea, the suitcases.
I don't know whose idea it was. Just hang on to them.
Come on, cut out the talk. We've got to hurry.
Well, Mrs. Hastings, so you're in this. Are you and Monica a sister act?
I can do very well without Monica.
You mean Monica isn't in on this?
No part of it, Mr. Diamond. Monica's always had all the looks, all the men, all the money. Until the gentleman behind you came along and showed my husband how to make his foolish little jewelry business pay. Now it's my turn.
Mr. Hastings couldn't stand prosperity or losing his wife, would you?
Shut up.
Well, if you're on the level about Monica, she's going to miss me.
That's why I'm here. I'll handle Monica.
Let's get going. Come on.
Where?
Where you'll never be heard of again. Get your coat, honey.
Who is this guy, Rick? That's your boy. He killed Mrs. Hastings, too. Only that one was an accident. How you doing?
Okay, leaking a little sawdust.
I thought you hated my guts.
I do. I guess I'm getting used to you.
Well, I take a little getting used to. What made you stay in the game?
Well, I'd ended. I figured I might as well see all the cards. Besides, if anybody killed you, I was in. I mean, in the electric chair. It still won't shoot. How's that for a whole card?
Lieutenant, here's a war souvenir for you.
Where are you going?
Well, I just remembered I have to see a lady about a promissory note.